Good afternoon. It's awesome to be with you, Wayne, and we are here at the Italian Heritage Festival. So thank you so much for taking the time out to do this little interview for us.
Hey, I'm honored that you invite me to do this interview. So it really is, and I follow a lot of your stuff on Facebook. You know, a lot of your photography and traveling the state of West Virginia. It's really amazing that two guys that are really passionate about West Virginia. You know, although you do photography and I do videos on the history and culture of each county and festival, it's good to, we follow each other all the time. It's good that we could finally get together and do a little interview. So,
yeah, I just love seeing whichever county you're in and just the different things you get into and everything. So tell us a little bit about the traveling through West Virginia and the 55 counties.
Well, the On the Road in West Virginia, our 55 counties series, all started in 2017. I was doing flood work, flood volunteering in the 2016 flood down in Kanawha and Clay counties, and I had a friend that was also in the Lions Club, so we were doing flood relief through the Lions Club, and I used to go and interview historians across the state, and he said, I like to go to all the counties like you and learn a little bit more about the history of each county, and so I told him, I said, well, I need someone to run the camera, and it beat a teleprompter guy, which is just an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'll help you with that, and I was like, well, you can't give up after 35 counties. Tell me you're tired. So anyway, he stuck through it, and he was from Buchanan. He stuck through it with me. We did all 55 counties within 14 months.
Wow!
And the Facebook page just took off. I mean, it was incredible. But the real reason why I do the On the Road in West Virginia, our 55 counties, is a little more personal. I'm not a native of West Virginia. I was born in Connecticut, and I spent the first 11 years of my life there. Had a mother that you couldn't take care of me when I was 7, so gave me up to foster care. I was in foster care until I was 10, and then from 10 years old to 11, I was in a group home. But there was a man named Judd, who's my adopted father, found me in Connecticut and brought me to West Virginia, adopted me into a loving family and community, and I was raised in a little place called Minnehaha Springs in Pocahontas County, population 70, where everybody, everybody just, knew one another and took care of one another, disciplined one another, you name it, and that was my experience. So West Virginia to me gave me family, community, and opportunities that I would have never had if I didn't move here or if I wasn't adopted. Okay. And this is just my way of paying it forward.
Wow, that is really special. That's amazing that you can do that and share that story, and that people want to follow that and really, because I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that and just be able to see what West Virginia has to offer for that.
Absolutely. And it seems like you have a lot of passion for West Virginia too, especially in your photography. So what got you into that? I mean, what deep down, tell us from the soul, Jonathan.
Yeah.
What got you into doing photography and marketing our fairs and festivals?
Yeah, so it started off as photography just because I love doing it. I travel a lot with my brother. He teaches photography, because that was a very special bond, to be able to travel with him a lot and learn straight from him. His patience and just dedication to helping me learn I really appreciate that. We got to go to a lot of state parks and national parks all over the United States, and then coming back to West Virginia, I was trying to figure out how do I make that my own, And so there was a friend that did real estate, so I started getting into that. And then just a couple years ago, I did my local Salem festival, and I saw how they needed the photography to help boost their awareness, and how that was such a huge benefit. And everyone came flocking back and say, oh, that's me in that picture, let's tag it, and they would share with all their friends, hey, I've got on this picture on Facebook, and so that was really special. And so from there, I was like, oh wow, this might be really something that could really help people. And so turning it from just doing the photography to really marketing and bringing in other businesses that can sponsor photography or just help out with the photography to make it possible, so that we can go to these different events and not have to worry about getting paid and stuff like that, because really every community is so special. Every community has its own little special people, and they do everything a little bit differently. And I've met some of the best friends that are going to be lifetime friends that I'm just really close to through these events. I never would have met if it wasn't for the fairs and festivals and the pageants and stuff that I was able to cover. So,
and what's so amazing that what you're doing is that, and your story is quite compelling. You know, when it comes to, you know, that bond with your brother and something you could share, and it kind of turned into something, you know, where you're capturing, you know, a festival or like Fort New Salem. You're capturing a history that if you didn't do that may be lost.
Yes.
You know, and that's capturing a legacy, and that's what's really near and dear to my heart. You know, and meeting folks like you across our state that, you know, whether it's people that do what I do and they capture the history and stuff through video, or whether you're capturing it and marketing these fairs and festivals through, you know, through your photography. What you're doing is, you know, you're preserving a legacy and you're preserving a history.
Yes.
And a heritage, you know, that could be that's now, you know, on film, you know, whether it's video or a photo, and it could be passed down to generations.
Yeah,
you know.
And I love how it's also like the candid shots. I love those because it's not setting up everything to be perfect, especially like when queens are doing like different fairs and festivals. Sure, you have those nice poses where they go and they do all these, but those candid shots of them just interacting with little kids or parents acting with the kids, that would have been missed. Those memories would have been missed if it wasn't someone there just to capture those moments, you know. And I just love going back and being able to share those with people, and it almost brings me to tears every time because it's just like there's so much appreciation and being able to capture that, and something I can give to people that it's really special.
Wow, and that's so amazing, because I tell you, you know, when you're young, you don't really, when you're young and you're living in the moment, you know, you don't really look at those memories as something that's important. But as you get older in life, and your loved ones seem to pass on, and just having a photo that Jonathan took at a fair and festival, you know, back when they were maybe 5 or 6 years old, could mean the world to a family. I mean, absolutely mean the world to them. Yeah. And that's beautiful, man. That's just really, that's straight right there from the soul, buddy.
Yeah,
and
it's very special.
Yeah.
It's a very, and I can't believe every day that I get to do this. You know, that the Lord has worked everything out to be able to do this. You know, and just open those doors,
brother.
and to meet people like you, and just seeing your tours, and just like seeing where you go, and like getting suggestions to go different places. I've never done this one before, and then I've seen some of your work and some other people like, yeah, I really want to go down there and see what it's all about and be able to help with pictures. So I really appreciate that.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, man, I really appreciate you interviewing me, and that, you know, and I appreciate we could have this dialogue and conversation, you know, share our passion for West Virginia, you know, and share it either through photography or through video, and you know, and help keep not only our, you know, our community's legacy alive, but also maybe capture a memory that may mean a lot to a family member one day.
Yes,
so
amen.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
No problem. Appreciate you. Thank you.